So let's start with that then.
What do you think?
So half guard.
You want a gi or no gi?
No gi is easier to show.
Oh, my body.
Okay.
I can't wait to be in the gym.
Okay. So half guard.
Where do you want me to go?
Half guard.
I did.
Okay. And you're gonna flat.
Everybody's screens are black.
You want her flat? Get a half guard. Okay. Want her flat? I like to open up space here, right?
You
can.
Everybody is everybody else screen block?
To lock your legs. I'll just make sure they're locked here, and I'm gonna roll, right? I'm inverting, rolling, right? We get here,
Right.
kind of like the truck. I'm gonna get my hip out and take it back, but in a faster movement. So that's the motion.
20 ways to get it.
All right, so we're here. I make sure I'm locked. I'm not really showing that yet. I make sure that I'm leg curling. I can cross my feet or even hook a triangle if I need to. I'm gonna roll. So the inside arm, I roll, hipping out right about here to get the back.
Oh, she did get it. Oh,
What?
I'm trapped. I'm trapped.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that view okay?
Looks
Yeah.
super simple too.
Oh, super simple. It's
Thanks,
a good one.
Alex.
It's a good one to start with.
All right, I just learned how to shoulder roll, and now he wants to go into this right away.
Perfect.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah.
can you show it from a, I guess,
You're robotic. I can't hear you. Did anybody get that?
Nope. It sounded like going on.
That's better, right?
Now it is.
Okay.
Whenever
yeah,
you don't talk, it sounds better. But when you talk, it sounds like a robot.
When you don't talk, it sounds better.
No. I have a fan right by the computer, and the fan is picking up my voice and making it and changing it.
Okay.
Okay. So I was wondering if you could show it, but looking in the other, I mean, kind of facing.
Yeah.
Where
The opposite direction.
Yeah, please.
Half guard. I'm gonna make sure they're flat. I'm trapping the leg with this one. Rolling. Right about here. I hold the back so she don't get out. And I hip out. Throw my hook. And this is the important arm to trap first. And I can go for chokes or whatever. One more time. Flat. Through. How's that? Trying to do on the dummy?
Now, what are your chances that you're going to hit that
100%.
every time?
Yeah, every time. 60%
Adam
of the
gets it on
time.
me every time.
Yeah, okay, 100% of the time, 60% every time.
60% of the time it works, 90% of the time. But that's only half the time.
Coach, can you see our map? Can you see our map?
Yep. It looks beautiful.
Thank you. So I want to be in half guard. And then
This is the robot again.
Yeah, you have to turn off your fan, man.
No, it's off. It's off.
Okay.
Okay. In this position,
Yeah.
so I'm curling which leg?
The one that's in the half guard, you have to keep it in the half guard.
So I want to have him flat.
Okay, he needs to have half guard on you. If he just lays there, you mount.
There you go.
Right?
I want to roll this way, correct?
Right. So tuck your
I want
chin.
to roll on this shoe. Huh?
You gotta tuck your chin. He's choking you right now. You gotta tuck your chin. Yeah.
I'm not concerned with the good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm here. I want to tuck my chin in and roll up, correct?
Yep. Go for it. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. There. Now go for the back. You don't want to put. You don't want him on top, so you have to hip out. There you go.
There you go.
Back.
Okay.
Not bad for the first time. Yeah. That's more advanced. So if you don't get it right away, you got to blame Alex.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to get the kind of a feel of, so I'm here. I'm here.
Nope. So that's fine. Tuck and roll anyway on this side, even if that happens to you. Roll, roll, roll. Use your leg to make him roll. Keep that hook. There. Take the back. Hip out. Climb. Yeah. The thing with this one is they could do the same thing to you, even though you're initiating the roll. So you got to be careful how you do it. Drilling it a lot. If it's something you want to do live, you have to drill it a lot ahead of time. Be really confident with it. And even then, someone who's fast, they can get you before you get them.
So it seems like the key here is to really get tight, really tight here, correct?
You need to roll between your own legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need to roll on the side of him, not over him.
Yes.
What the heck? See the tiger back there?
Yeah.
It's not a tiger. It's just a sleeping cat. He wanted a tiger.
Yeah, so do I. Once I find out they're like $2,000,
Yeah.
like I can
Get that
round
tomorrow,
together,
right?
man.
You
You get a
tiger
car
tomorrow.
wash. You know, car wash and have yourself a tiger, man. Gee whiz.
Get a tiger with my stimulus check.
Oh, hey Alex, what is that called?
Why?
This
we
move.
I don't know. It's something the meows do that Adam gets on me all the time. I know that's a long name for it.
Oh,
So we're just coming here and
I think Juan was asking.
Nice.
Good.
Very good.
Look at that. Ninja.
That was like a ninja move, man.
no, it's a 30-pound dummy.
You don't have to tell the people at home that.
I mean,
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Thank you for being honest.
I think so. I've tried this before, and it's easier now for only one reason, because I'm looking at the pathway to get to the back. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, all right, I have to get here. So how do I get here?
Yeah.
I got to go over and around.
Yep.
That's the only reason it's any easier this time, because I'm looking for it.
Nice.
Come here.
Don't prove me wrong.
Mm.
Nice.
So when you grab that arm, you're kind of going for like a full Nelson type hold.
Power
Right.
half. You know the power
Or
half?
power half?
Yep.
Yeah.
Power half grip. I use that a lot. You always want to power half the opposite side of the hook, the better hook. The better hook should be the bottom hook, and that would be the deeper hook, right?
Right.
But coach, you're hooking the arm with the leg, correct? When he went over, you were hooking the arm, that arm that he has right now. You were hooking that with your leg, right?
No.
No?
Nope, that's his arm. Yep. The arm came over the head or behind the head.
I thought you hooked your leg around that arm, coach.
No, but you can, but you're not going to get points until you put normal hooks.
Okay, okay.
Steve K.
All right.
Anything else? You got to go later soon?
No, not today, tomorrow.
Not today. Okay, good.
Tomorrow.
What else you guys want to see? Anything?
Something a little less ninja.
Less ninja?
He was thinking of butterfly part.
Oh, butterfly, yeah.
Yeah, so we did some butterfly stuff. We can do a couple butterfly passes
Well, that's
and
good.
then see where that goes. So I'm in the butterfly. I guess the traditional one, the one that I want you guys knowing for sure, is going to be this one that I show. Okay. Oh, we lost Steve K.
You need a gi?
I'm going to do it without the gi for the most part so you guys can see. You can put the gi if you want. So she's going to do butterfly. Okay. This might be a little hard to see, but first thing I want to try to do is push her flat down, right? So that could just be pushing the shoulders or the chest. I want to come on the inside. If I push on the outside, it's not doing me any good. She's going to get underhooks. So I want to go inside. Always have inside control, pushing her flat. And I'm going to put my ear on her stomach. If she has her knees greater than 90 degrees, which is what she had when I pushed her down, then I'm just going to hug the legs and I'm going to circle. So she needs to have her knees bent to an extent about 90 degrees, which is going to be good for me later because I'm going to be looking for the foot. So I'm going to put my ear on the stomach. Usually the side that my ear is down is the hand that's reaching for her opposite foot. And that hand that's on the side I'm facing, I grab the shin and I'm pushing the foot to my hand, okay? And I need to squeeze this because if she extends her legs, then I lose everything, okay? Next, I want to dominate this leg that I've trapped. So right now there's a butterfly hook on my leg. So what I do is I kick it out back and I'm gonna bring it in tight to my other knee. So now my both knees are trapping the one shin. I'm not gonna let go of the foot even though I trapped it. I'm gonna put my head on the other side. I'm gonna sprawl on the leg that I trapped. And I'm gonna circle, until in this case, my right knee shoots up to the hip. Once that happens, now I can let go of the shin, not the foot. Hold the head. I'm still holding the foot. Bring up my other knee. And then lastly, let go of the foot, hold my side control. Okay. So pushing her flat. Follow. As you push her flat, you follow, right? If I just push her down, she's going to sit back up, and it's going to be this all over again. So I follow this push, and look, I scoop my knees up close, okay? I'm going to reach in, grabbing the shin, pushing the foot to my other hand. Now I release this hook. I hide my leg on the way in and jam it up into the ankle. Now I want to pass to my left. That means my head needs to be on the right side. I put my head on the other side. Sprawl, circle, jam the knee. Now I can let go. Reach for the head, elbows on the mat, shoulder pressure. Bring up my other knee, let go of the foot, side control. Let's see.
So it ends different than it begins, right? So your initial grab is the shin, feed it to the hand that grabs the foot.
Yep.
And then as you go through the motion, then the first one to release is the shin and then the hand.
Yeah.
And then the
You're
foot.
letting go of the foot last.
The
Yep.
shin, okay, so it's the same order.
Yeah.
You grab, then release, release.
The concept, since we've been talking about concepts in all these videos, the concept of this pass or in this pass is replacing grips. So the hand that's pushing the shin is killing that knee from replacing guard, right? You don't want them to replace guard. So when my knee replaces that grip, when that knee goes to the hip, now I don't need that hand anymore. I can climb, right? And I don't want to let go of the foot until I'm ready to also get the side control. That's the last grip I let go.
They can replace guard, right? Just regular guard.
Right. They can just get guard back. Yep.
They'll get guard. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The whole time we pass, we have to be making sure that they can't just replace.
And one is.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, okay. So you can see us good there?
Yep.
Okay. So then I'm here. I follow him down. I can throw him here, correct?
You need to scoot your knees up. You have to jam his butterfly guard up. There. Now look for the foot.
Right. So now grab this foot.
Whichever foot, you could go either way. So whichever foot you can reach.
So I got this foot here with the right hand.
Okay, don't let go of the shin. No, hold it the way you were.
Okay.
You had it the other way. You were reaching over the thigh, right?
Right.
And holding the shin.
Over the thigh. Oh, okay, right here.
Yes. Now sprawl onto that leg.
No, but I gotta get this hook here out.
Right.
Okay.
On the head. Yeah.
Let it go a little too early, I think.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did I do wrong?
You let go of the shin early.
So I have this here.
Hold on with this, like,
Yeah.
no, why you doing that? It's over like that right there.
Keep that hook. Yeah, right there. Okay, so then I don't want to let this go until I move over.
Don't let go of the shin until you have a knee in the hip.
Okay.
Exit.
Okay. Did I go too early again?
That was better.
Okay.
You're just going to make sure the knee goes in the hip line and blocks the guard replacement
Turn
before you let go.
Turn this way so you can see. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, turn. Angle right here. Want to do it again? Get that hook in. You don't have the hook.
Yeah, I have it.
Right there.
Okay.
Right. So I want to keep this hand here. Is that
Right.
correct?
Yeah,
Until I get my knee here.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, does that keep them from scooting as well? Holding that foot and that shin?
Yeah, so it's like our over under passes. we need to kill the hips. If we don't kill the hips, they can shrimp.
They can, all right.
You know, they could push our head, you know, to help release their hips a little bit. You know, they can cause a lot of problems when we're trying to fast. So we need to kill the hips. Don't let them shrimp out. Don't let them extend their legs. We need to keep the leg compressed so it doesn't have any strength, right? Keep it at the extreme ranges of motion, either all the way smashed or all the way straight. We don't want it. We don't want it in between. Yeah. Alex has a question.
What's the best way to reach for the head? I guess, all right, so more specifically, I get Kimura every time I reach for the head with certain people,
Okay.
which shall not be named.
Right.
So, here, so let's do it. Here, and this, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better way to reach for the head?
Yeah, your arm's still safe.
What's that?
Your arm is still safe. I'll show you how I would do it.
Okay, because I feel like I'm doing a big reach and I'm getting Kimura.
Yeah.
Not with everybody.
I'm here. Here. So right now I can't get Kimura, right? I'm going to keep my hand close to her. Slide it like elbow first, and then I weave over the shoulder. So it was like, back up. So we're here, right? Anytime I'm pushing this way, and then I want to reach for the head over there.
Yeah.
Elbow first, and then grab for the head. And so there's a point, the point when I'm doing that is right above your shoulder. So here, maybe it's a Toriando, right? Maybe it's two hands over, whatever it is. I'm leading with my elbow. Once I got my elbow here, and partially the reason you want to do it too is wrist locks. There's a moment that I can get wrist locked if I just go right here. So whether get off that.
Oh my God. He got man.
Whether she does it or I accidentally lay on it, I don't want to get wrist locked. So I weave my wrist around like in a circle like that. So right here, elbow, weave. Right. Okay. I don't want to reach out big. I don't want to go like this and then start looking for her head.
Ooh, yeah.
I just put myself in that position, right?
Yeah.
Anytime your arm is in the Kimura position, all I got to do is find it and grab it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave it in that position, right? She couldn't find it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So lead with the elbow then.
Lead with the elbow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So another pass. See the best way to show this. Yeah, right here is good. So this butterfly, I'm almost going to bait a little bit, or maybe she got in a little deeper already. So right about here, I actually try to sweep me the other way. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is if it's gi, there's a good belt right here. I can grab the belt. No gi, I'm going to grab the lat. This hand, I'm going under her leg, and grabbing the foot again, or the pants, if it's gi, right? So not this side, but this side, okay? So that, once again, the opposite, okay? So she gets in. She already got the underhook, so that's like my trigger to go for this. Like, oh, she got an underhook. Let me grab something on the back. So either the belt or the lat muscle. This hand has to be kind of quick because she already got the underhook and she's looking for this arm. So I'm going to go under and I'm going to grab the pants, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the hook on the opposite side of you guys, and I'm going to stretch my arms so that the hand that has the pants, I stretch out that way. My hand has the back. I stretch out that way. We end up here. So I'll do the opposite side. So now I do this side. Underhook. So I grab. This hand goes through, and I get the pant leg. Okay. Release the hook and stretch. Get my side control.
So easy.
Easy.
You're grabbing the far leg.
Correct.
Okay. And okay. In the case like we're right here.
When you work and all you gotta do is just get the leg and put it to the side.
That's the same thing I said to Marcia.
All the work that we just put the leg to the side.
So that would work even without you're not using the pants really, right?
I'm not using my what?
You don't have, in other words, in our case right now, we're working with shorts. Would that still work?
Yeah, hold the ankle.
You hold the ankle. Okay.
Yeah, hold the ankle.
Okay.
Now, what is her objective for her with the underhook? She's trying to get the back.
She's trying to do the butterfly sweep from yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's trying to do that.
Okay.
So, same thing. I grab when I feel that, and I reach through.
So that prevents it automatically, right?
It doesn't prevent it. She can still sweep me. I have
still
to do
sweep
this.
you.
I have to counter before she sweeps because the sweep
Okay.
is pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
But if she's not quite set yet, she's not quite ready to go, I could do this.
Okay. You want the underhook. What's his son's name? I forget his son's name.
Lucas.
Lucas. That's it. There you go.
Don't push into him, John. Juan, John. Juan, don't push into him because then he can elevate you. You don't want weight off of your hips because that's going to help him sweep you. So if you drive into him, anytime you're trying to pass guard, I shouldn't say anytime, but if I'm trying to pass guard and I start pushing into her, I'm helping her to sweep me. I'm giving her the momentum and taking weight off of my base, right? Anytime I start going towards her, right? What are you doing? So I don't want to do that. I want to sit back. I want to be conservative. Right here, she can't do the same thing to me. I'm just not going to go, right? But if I start driving into her and I take weight off of my legs and put it over her chest, I'm getting flipped, right? So when she tries to sweep me, I just sit. I'm right here. And then I shoot where I can.
Straight the legs out.
I'm literally just spinning her. See, don't lean forward. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I'll just bring it back to the.
So throw him to the back. Put the leg and move him around to the back.
Back though.
Yeah, you see where your punching bags are? You want to push his legs away that way. Put him away.
There's a hook, so you got to take your leg back to take away the hook. Step your right leg out.
There you go. And I push it to the
And now
back.
stretch. No, just stretch your arms apart. Like you're stretching a rubber band. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
So it's like you want to go to his side, control. It's like you want to go forward. Sideways.
Well,
Está loco porque sí, sí.
with that reach too, does it matter over the shoulder, or would you rather it under the armpit, right?
This move is over the arm, so I use the fact that they got the underhook because generally you don't want to give that away. So I wouldn't go straight to this, but the fact that they have the underhook makes me want to do this one, right? I don't want to give them the underhook so I can do this move. It's like the second stage, right? I'd rather do the first one I showed, but because they got the underhook.
What I'm asking is, see where he's reaching? Instead of reaching there, you want to reach more over, like under the armpit, right?
You want connection,
instead of around the head area.
Right. The more connection, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you whizzer here or no?
You wouldn't want to whizzer. You could whizzer to kill it, but not for this move, right?
This move, okay.
No, I need something to pull her upper body one way while I spin her lower body the other.
Okay.
So if I whizzered, that wouldn't be optimal. It wouldn't be the best way to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do another one. This pass is not exclusive to the butterfly. We can use it for other stuff too, but this is a really good pass. So the thing on this one is with a butterfly, the knees should be out strong. So it's not always going to be possible for you to get this, right? If the knees are more straight up and down, then definitely I'm going to go for it, okay? So first I'm going to put her flat, all right? Maybe I start reaching for the first pass, like I'm looking for the foot, and then as she goes to sit up, I'm going to weave my hand around, right? So I'm starting to get her knee more vertical, and I'm going to put my hand here on this one. I'm going to pump back so she don't have the butterfly hooks anymore, and I'll put my fist to the mat, okay? Then I'm going to lower my shoulder onto the thigh. So I'm pinching her thigh here. This hand's reaching around under the head, and I start to circle, circle, circle until she's flat. Right here, where I started to punch, I slide my hand under her leg, right? So I start to flatten it out. So it's twisting her lower body, and that's helping me to give me time to put my knee in the hip before I release it.
That's a good stretch. I needed that stretch. This side, please.
Oh, the other side now? So I pushed her flat so I can get the arms around. Now I'm going to start punching through, and I put my hand on the bottom leg, and I put my fist to the mat. Start to sprawl and drop your shoulder. I want to do like almost like a Von Flu choke on the leg here. This hand, start reaching under the neck and circling, circling, flattening the hand out, reaching under, and get my side control. Try that.
Alex, you want to try it first?
No.
Go ahead, guys. Everybody do it.
Here. Okay, so I get him down. Huh?
And you shoot that arm as you sit back? Is that correct?
Shoot the arm as soon as you can, right? So he has the butterfly, and I can't like get it where I need it. Then I'm going to do something else to distract that. So it helps to be here because when she's she's not curled up, she's like elongated. Now she doesn't have as much power in her legs, right? So I can start to push and punch this through. And look, I put my chest on the other side of the knee because I'm going to use my chest to push it that way, right? Sprawl out so I don't get hooks. Right? Circle. And now it's like a cradle, right?
Right.
From wrestling. Like
Yeah.
a pinning style cradle. Yeah. That's what I'm doing, except I have the arm weaved. So it's like bow and arrow cradle. Sorry, bow and arrow cradle.
So in here, the key is to get this down, get this leg down here. This leg, is that correct?
No.
Here's the part that you want to understand. Don't worry about the setup yet. Just worry about this part. So she has butterfly hooks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand under her leg and over her arm. I'm going to punch the mat. Just do that. And then put your shoulder right on the thigh and then sprawl. That way she can't butterfly anymore. Now you're going to circle as you reach for the head. And you get your side control. Don't worry about the setup. Just worry. Because the setup's always going to be different.
Turn this way, turn this way. I don't know why I'm thinking left side today, everything, but. So I'm here, and I turn,
Yeah.
and I punch the mat, correct?
Yep. Put your shoulder on his thigh. Like no space. You want to fill all the space. Yeah. And now start sprawling and circling your feet towards his head and reach under his head until you're on the side. That's it. Yep. Don't get too confused by the setups. I usually just give an example of why you might do it. There's so many reasons or so many ways we get in these positions that if you just try to make it black and white, this is the way it happens, it might never happen that way for you, right? And so you want to understand the core pieces of the move and what needs to happen, and then the rest just happens, right?
Well, I do know this, Coach. Alex knows this move.
Oh, you've been there.
Yeah.
I love it. Somebody said, people know this move.
Yeah, most of this stuff you've probably seen or felt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, so now let's do one more, a little fun, but it works.
Fancy one, Coach?
This is not really fancy, but okay. So we're in butterfly. I'm gonna push her flat, and of course she's gonna start to come back up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to get up on my toes to here. So I'm like squatting, straddling her shins, which her knees would be out, right? And kind of over her hips, not too much over her chest. I don't want to get flipped, right? And what I'm looking to do is I'm going to, at first, I'm kind of pressing out because every action gets the opposite reaction, right? So as I'm pushing out, she's kind of squeezing inward a little too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then push in, right? So first I'm pushing her legs out as if I wanted them out, but then I push them in. I also do that with my legs. So at first they're relaxed, but then when I switch to push in, I squeeze with my legs, okay? So we go here to here, and then here, okay? Now, once I got here, once my hips got over the knees, I don't want to sit on her stomach. I want to sit on top of the bottom of the quad, right above the knee. Why? Because she's going to bring her knees back, and I don't want her to get her knees back in front of me. And then it's like a slide. I just slide down the thighs to the mount.
I got it one.
So we're here. You know, we're messing around, pushing, and she's sitting up. And then I get up on my toes here, and I'm pushing. I'm compressing her calves to the hamstrings, and I start getting my hands like pushing it onto the knees, like the knees to the chest or out. I'm just putting some pressure that she wants to resist. When I feel some good resistance, I'm going to push them together and then through my legs, and I squeeze my legs, and I'm sitting on top of the knees now, not on the knee, but above, right? And then I slide right to the mouth. Okay?
So you're initially pushing both legs out to get the reaction to have them come back in?
Yeah, but not hard. Don't like break his groin, right? You know what I mean? Just a little bit of pressure that he resists. If I do it too fast, I'm gonna hurt him, which if you're on the streets, then okay, but if you're just trying to get him to close his knees together, we don't need a lot of pressure, just enough for him to resist, right? We need him to feel like he can resist it, so he resists it. If I just break him, then he's gonna be like, oh, my groin, right? And then it's done, whatever. So we're there. So we pop up, right? I'm here, and then pushing, and boom, just like that. Okay? Happens quick. You don't want to sit up there at the top, be like, yeah, look where I am, right? Make sure you complete the whole move. I forgot.
What? To make it bigger?
We want them flat.
Say it again.
Coach,
Don't mess with the hands, only the knees now.
we want them flat. Okay. So we want them to be flat, right?
It doesn't matter. It won't matter. Like I said, the setup doesn't matter. That was just the setup. You got to get up on your toes.
He's going to kick me in the groin, I know it.
You can't be afraid of that or the move won't work. So you're trying to go from A to Z. There was a bunch of stuff in between.
Yeah, they put my knee up and then you just sit on it.
Here, look here. So we won't even worry about the upper body, right? She's laying back, lay back. Maybe she's sitting forward. It doesn't matter, right? I'm having her lay back so you can see what I'm working, okay? So I'm going to get up to my toes. So I start controlling. I'm messing with the butterfly, and I get up to my toes. I'm pushing with my hips into her shins to keep everything compressed. Everything's tight. I'm going to take my hands from the knees to the outside of the knees. So I just use my palms to the outside. I'm pushing them together and through. But this is after I've already gotten here. So here I might spend a second or two and just, looking like I'm trying to pass here. See what maybe I'm trying to reach through. I don't know, right? Setup doesn't matter. We're here. Now, together and down, slide. That's it.
I see where I'm making my mistake. I'm not putting any forward pressure on him. Yeah, I'm not jamming him enough.
Right, now push them together and through your legs. Yeah, and then you slide. Then it's like a slide, right? You just slide down his thighs.
Oh, it seems like the key here is keeping this forward pressure.
Yeah, but you're catching yourself. Just shoot to your knees, right? Because the mount, you're on both knees.
Yeah, he's
You're
also,
not landing on my, he's trying to.
you're also stopping me. I'm stopping him. So I want to be.
Yeah.
See how you're on your feet? Put your feet behind you. You won't need your feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever had someone work against you? That's perfect.
There, that was better.
Yeah.
That was better. Just make sure you go to both knees.
You gotta go full mount.
So look, after I end up here, so I get up here, I get here, I push, boom, put your feet on the mat. I sit here. After I'm here, I don't do anything else, right? See, my feet are behind me, so I don't go like this, right? And I don't go like this to my knees, right? Boom, down on my knees. I don't do that. I just pop to here. I'm just trying to sit on her knees, and then I slide.
Oh, God. Can you sit on my belly? Sit.
Just sit on top of the, not on the edge, like the tip, just the top of the knee. Right, and now put your feet behind you and just slide down.
Yeah.
Because the mount, we don't sit with our feet this way, right? Our feet go behind us, and we go to our knees.
We're not laughing at you, Juan. We're laughing with you, even though you're not laughing at all.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Put your legs back. Your feet
Try
back.
this. Try this one. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right, hold on.
Don't be shy.
Watch my feet. Okay, are you there? They're frozen.
I hope he's still there.
Hold on, he's frozen. Okay, one. All right, yeah, one. Watch my feet real quick. Okay, so I get here, right? I'm compressed, so we're right here. Good pressure. Watch my feet. They haven't moved, right? To that point, they haven't moved. They still haven't moved.
Right.
Okay. So they're actually going to stay in the same spot once we get up on our feet.
But you're just falling to your knees.
I'm just raising my hips and dropping my knees.
Right.
So get real close, compress. You should feel your groin is almost against the shins. See how you popped your feet forward too? Yeah. You don't need to do that. You're going to drop your knees to that spot. Right, and then just slide. Yep. You froze, but it looks like it was right.
Yeah, feedback this time.
Yes, so I'm gonna be.
Yeah, feedback helps because the feedback
Hop up.
gives the natural what's going to happen with the legs. See, if you pop to your feet, they can bring their knees back in front, right? Back in between your legs. But if you don't move your feet, you drop to your knees and you're sitting on you're sitting above the knee, they can't physically bring them back in.
Right.
Right. They'd have to shrimp. Their only answer can be to shrimp. Right? Or back roll, invert, do some crazier, more creative stuff to react to the mount, right?
You got me more.
Better. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And once you guys get that, that's actually a pretty fun one to do. And it works. It's not like it's low percentage. It works pretty good. Yeah. All right. So any questions? We're right at the 6:30 mark already.
Rita leaves already?
No, she just, I don't know. She went to go do something real quick.
Yeah, I have one question. Just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. Basically, a triangle choke from the guard, if he goes to either punch or reach, okay. But he goes in here, and I'm able to slide this arm here.
Oh, an arm triangle? Yeah.
How big is this triangle?
So what's the question before I change anything?
How big is this triangle?
With your legs? Your legs can be a normal guard. You don't have to do anything crazy with your guard. And then your left hand, rather than holding his head, I would put it behind my own head. The pressure should be your bicep on one side and his shoulder on the other. So you can squeeze your ear towards his shoulder and then your right bicep towards your own ear.
What's he doing?
There you go. Arm triangle from guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel, what are you saying to bring your?
So my head towards his ear?
Towards his shoulder to help push his shoulder into his own neck.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's better.
Okay. Now, do you consider that an effective triangle?
Yeah, I've made a lot of people tap with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it works. And then if it doesn't work, you shrimp out and you can take the back.
Okay, so you just keep rotating over and stay on the back.
Yeah, eventually you can take the back if it's not working. Because he's crossed the center line, so that allows you to take the back very easily. Jen's quiet. You got any questions?
Wait, the Kendall crew's in here?
Jen is, yeah.
Hey!
And Steve K.
Steve K's still trying to connect. Jen says,
I think he
nah.
just can't hear us. Okay, Jen. I think he just can't hear us. He could probably see us.
Well, it sounds like they're thinking of starting to do gym openings.
Yeah, I was looking at that in more detail because it sounded like phase one, and I probably jumped on it too quick in the group. But phase one does not include the gyms anymore. Phase two includes the gyms. The good thing about that, phase one had a limit of 10 people, and phase two had a 50 was the number on there.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that's good. But still distancing, right? So we'd have to, we could make, with the Muay Thai, that's easy. With the Jiu-Jitsu, what I was thinking is you can bring your own dummy or you bring a family member, right? Juan's good with that. Jen's good with that. But it's got to be phase two, Jen. That's I edited the comment because I kind of
Because they were
how I wrote it.
now they're when they address that, they're most likely addressing more of the weightlifting
A gym,
gyms.
yeah, like yeah, which is easy. It's easy to. The problem is they don't have anything for martial arts schools, so
Right.
you got to look at: are you a gym? Are you a group class? Right? Because
Right.
they actually specify different rules for the gym's group classes than the actual gym.
Right.
Like the gym, it'll say no group classes. So I don't want to categorize myself that way, right?
Right.
So gym, by my business license, I'm a gym, right?
Right.
And then a martial arts studio is the subclass. And then the other one is like with the kids, right? You have daycares and kid cares and camps and things like that. But we don't really do that. So I'm looking at what the gyms do, and that's the one that, pick whichever lets me open sooner, which is going to be the gym, you know, because gyms are health, right? So they want to support people's health. They want people to not have that outlet, right? So I think the gym's going to be the quickest one to be able to open. And then we just, as long as we follow the guidelines that they have to follow, we're going to be okay.
You're still
Jen's going to kill Ted.
You're still going to be able to do this kind of format?
Yeah, so then I was thinking of a way, because not everybody's going to want to jump in right away either. We could for sure video the class like we were talking. If we do pairs, so if you can get a family member that's not a member, I'll let them train just so you can train. If you don't and you have a dummy, you want to use the dummy, and then we keep everybody separate, right? So we'll section off the gym in different areas. We have 2 rooms. We can make sure everybody's separate, and we could do it kind of like this, but now you'll have your person from home to train with. So I don't see any reason we can't. We're not socially distancing each other, right? So I could, work with her. Jen could work with Ted, right? We have that. Juan can work with Lucas, and so we have, a lot of us have pairs, and then we can video that, and then that's enough informal. Well, I guess it's formal too, but basically what I'm saying is I could still get to the computer, talk to anybody that's online, you know, and answer any questions, and do it that way too, you know. So I think phase 2 would definitely be able to do that, and I would still do the online stuff. I probably wouldn't stop the online stuff until nobody's really using it anymore, you know. Like when the very last person wants to be online and they come into the gym, that's when I'll actually stop the online stuff.
That'll probably be it.
Yeah, and then who knows? Maybe I'll even stream it live anyway. Stream it live. Maybe I'll stream it live anyway.
You'll be the first school to strime.
Strime, yeah.
Make all the money.
Lime striming.
Live streaming.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's not gonna be any rolling though, right? I mean,
No, there wouldn't be any rolling, of course, but you know, hold on. Let me stop recording real quick. I'm gonna say something.
Did you